You've been working hard, saving every dollar, but lately something doesn't feel right, does it? Because in today's market, your cash is under attack, silently. Prices keep climbing. Groceries, rent, gas, all eating away at your buying power. Banks? Sure, they hold your money, but they don't protect it from inflation. And those interest rates? They might look better than last year, but in reality, they're barely keeping you afloat. For millions of Americans, it's the same story. You save all year, only to realize your money buys less than before. You try to plan ahead, but the market swings make you nervous, and you're left wondering, where can I keep my money safe without risking it all? This is why today's video matters, because the truth is, in 2025, the biggest risk isn't losing money in a crash, it's watching your cash lose value while it just sits there. And here's the thing, there are places where you can put your money that don't just sit still, but work for you. Places that give you stability and still leave room for growth. So, if you're tired of seeing your hard-earned cash get weaker every month, if you want your money to not only survive this economy, but actually come out stronger, then stay right here, because we're about to walk through something that could change the way you protect and grow your wealth in 2025. Asset number 1, U.S. Treasury Inflation-Protected Securities, TIPS. All right, let's get into our first safe asset. And I want you to really listen here, because this one isn't just theory. It's been proven, over and over in real U.S. market conditions. We're talking about U.S. Treasury Inflation-Protected Securities. Most people just call them TIPS. Now, I know, the name sounds a little technical, but what they do is incredibly simple and incredibly powerful, especially right now. Here's the problem we're all feeling. When inflation rises, every single dollar you hold buys less. Groceries, gas, rent, utilities, everything goes up. And if your money is just sitting there in a regular savings account, it's quietly losing value. You might not see it on your statement, but you feel it every time you go to the store. Now here's where TIPS completely change the game. Unlike regular bonds, the value of TIPS actually adjusts with inflation, meaning, when the cost of living goes up, the amount your investment is worth also goes up. Let me break it down. In plain English, think of TIPS like a shield for your money. Except this shield doesn't just block inflation, it pushes back. If inflation is running high, instead of eating into your savings, it's actually adding to your principal. And because TIPS are issued and backed by the United States Treasury, they carry one of the lowest risk ratings in the entire market. We're talking the same level of security as the U.S. government's promise to pay. And historically, that promise has never been broken. But here's the thing. Safety alone isn't the only reason people are moving into TIPS right now. There are 3 powerful benefits that make them especially valuable in today's economy. Benefit number 1, guaranteed inflation adjustment. Every 6 months, the principal value of your TIPS is recalculated based on the Consumer Price Index, the same measure the government uses to track inflation. So if inflation is 6%, your principal automatically increases by 6%. You're not guessing. You're not hoping. It's baked right into the structure of the asset. Benefit number 2, interest on top of inflation protection. TIPS pay you interest twice a year, and that interest is based on your inflation-adjusted principal. So as your principal grows, your interest payments grow with it. It's not just a safe place to store value, it's a way to earn on top of that safety. Benefit number 3, liquidity and flexibility. Need your money early? You can sell TIPS anytime, on the open market, through a broker. You're not locked away for decades. That means you keep access to your funds if life throws you a curveball. Let's make this real. Last year, when inflation in the U.S. hit multi-decade highs, anyone sitting on a pile of cash saw their purchasing power drop fast. But investors who held TIPS They watched their principal rise, automatically. It wasn't a gamble. It wasn't luck. It was built into the DNA of the investment. And the best part? You don't need to be a Wall Street insider to get them. You can buy tips directly from treasurydirect.gov, starting with amounts that fit an average American's budget, or you can pick them up through most major brokerage accounts. No fancy requirements, in a time where so many assets swing wildly in value and cash just sits there, getting weaker. Tips offer something rare: safety, stability, and inflation protection, all in one package. It's the kind of asset that doesn't just survive on tough markets, it thrives in them. Now listen closely. We're about to talk about an asset that has stood the test of time. Not for decades, not for centuries, but for thousands of years. An asset that survived collapsing empires, crushing recessions, currency meltdowns, and every financial storm in human history. I'm talking about physical gold, not paper promises, not some digital number on a screen. I mean the real thing, solid, tangible gold, stored securely, in your name, right here in the United States. Here's the truth. In 2025, cash is losing value faster than ever. Stocks, they can soar 1 month and crash the next. But gold plays by a different set of rules. When inflation spikes, when the dollar stumbles, when markets get shaky, gold has a history of holding strong, even climbing, while everything else falls apart. Why? Because gold isn't just another investment. It's a store of value. It's recognized everywhere, trusted everywhere, and it answers to no single government. Now, don't make this mistake. Buying a gold ETF is not the same as owning gold. With an ETF, you hold a paper claim. If things really go bad, you might never see the metal you thought you owned. But with physical gold and allocated storage, it's different. Your gold is legally yours. Secure vault, fully insured, audited, not mixed with anyone else's, with your name on it. 3 big benefits. 1. Inflation shield. When prices rise and the dollar weakens, gold often rises in dollar terms. It's simple. When faith in paper money fades, people run to hard assets, and gold leads the way. 2. No counterparty risk. Stocks, bonds, even banks, they all rely on someone else's promise to pay. Gold doesn't. It exists. Period. No middleman. 3. Crisis stability. In wars, recessions, or banking chaos, gold's track record is rock solid. Remember 2008? Stocks dropped over 50%. Gold? Up 25%. That's the power of having gold in your corner. And no, you don't need to buy giant bars worth hundreds of thousands. You can start small. Coins, fractional bars, pooled purchases, and still get all the benefits. With US-based allocated vault storage, your gold stays on US soil. It's guarded, insured, and always yours. You can take delivery anytime, but until then, it's protected. In a world where digital wealth can vanish with a keystroke, physical gold gives you something no number on a screen can match: the weight of real value in your hands. Immune to hackers, immune to printing presses, immune to empty promises. Gold has one job: protect your wealth when everything else is shaking. And in 2025, that job has never been more critical. So, we've already covered how to protect yourself from inflation. We've talked about keeping your long-term wealth safe. But what about the money you need right now? Money that you still want safe, accessible, and actually working for you instead of just sitting there. That's where this third asset comes in: short-term US Treasury bills, or T-bills. Here's the problem most people don't even realize they have. The average American is either leaving their cash in a savings account that earns next to nothing, or they've locked it away in investments they can't touch without penalties. T-bills are the perfect middle ground. They're backed by the full faith and credit of the US government. They're ultra-low risk. And right now, they're paying yields that often beat what banks are offering. Let's break this down so you can see exactly why they're powerful. What are T-bills? When you buy a T-bill, you're basically lending money to the US government for a short period. 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 13 weeks, 26 weeks. or up to a year. At the end of that term, you get every dollar of your principal back, plus the interest you earned. Simple. They're backed by the U.S. government, and in history the U.S. has never defaulted on a T-bill. They're not tied to the stock market roller coaster, and they don't swing up and down with investor panic. So why do they make sense in today's market? Benefit number 1, strong yields for short terms. Right now, in 2025, short-term treasury yields are beating a lot of savings accounts and CDs, and you're not locking your money away for years. Benefit number 2, predictability, stability. You know exactly when your money will mature, exactly how much you'll get. No nasty surprises. Benefit number 3, state tax advantages. The interest you earn is exempt from state and local income tax. That means more of your money stays with you. I've seen families keep part of their emergency fund in rolling T-bills. One matures every month, so they can either cash out or reinvest. I've seen retirees use them for predictable, low-risk income. And I've seen business owners park extra cash there instead of letting it collect dust in a bank account. It's simple. Go to treasurydirect.gov, the official U.S. Treasury website. Pick your term, pick your amount, and you can even set them to automatically reinvest. No Wall Street middleman, no hidden fees. In a time when markets are shaky, inflation is quietly eating at your savings, and banks aren't exactly generous. T-bills give you something incredibly rare: safety, liquidity, and a decent return, all in one place. If you've got money sitting in cash, earning close to zero, it's time to make it work for you. Start small, learn the process, and watch how even your short-term money can start pulling its weight. So, we've covered 3 powerful, safer assets than cash in today's market. 1 protects you from inflation, 1 protects you through any crisis, and 1 keeps your money safe while still working for you short-term. Now it's your turn. Don't just let your cash sit there losing value. Pick one of these strategies, even start small, and take the first step toward protecting and growing your money in 2025. And if you found this video valuable, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who's worried about their savings. Because the truth is, most people don't realize their cash is already losing value until it's too late.